Good morning. We're here to give you a briefing on an officer-involved shooting that occurred yesterday evening. But first off, let me introduce a few of the individuals that are here that are partaking in this. First of all, Assistant City Manager Ray Ariana, who is over all of public services here in Austin. I've got Gay Thomas from the Office of Police Oversight and Dexter Guilford from the District Attorney's Office, along with members from my command and executive team. We had an incident that occurred, again, yesterday evening. Austin 911 received a call at 7:16 p.m. to this apartment complex behind us at 2104 East Anderson Lane. A female caller reported that she was involved in a disturbance with her husband, and what is reported in that call was that her husband had hit her, was threatening to kill her, that he had a handgun, had put the handgun to her face, that he had been drinking, and then she reported that she was able to lock herself in a back bedroom. Austin police officers arrived on scene 5 minutes later, and at that point the wife said that her husband was actively trying to enter the room where she had taken refuge in the back of the apartment. Our officers forced entry into the apartment at that time and were able to remove the female safely from that residence. However, the suspect in this incident had locked himself in a back bedroom, and the officers were unable at that time to get him out. But they were able to get the female victim safely out of that apartment. At that time, the officers began attempts to try and get the male from the apartment, using both the loudspeakers on the police car and giving him commands to come outside so that they could take him into custody and investigate what had happened. After multiple attempts failed to get him out of the apartment, a SWAT call was initiated, since this would become a barricaded subject, since the suspect again had barricaded himself in his apartment and was armed with a firearm. The SWAT team arrived shortly after that and began setting up a perimeter around the apartment, and evacuations were underway to evacuate residents from all of the nearby apartments, again to ensure the safety of all as we tried to bring this to a peaceful resolution. While attempting to make contact with the suspect in this incident, although we were unable to really establish contact, he was seen and reported at multiple times coming to the window, but again not following commands to exit the apartment. And at one point he was observed to have a firearm while he was at the window. At 9:09 p.m., it was reported that the suspect had come to the window and that he had a handgun in his hand. 6 minutes later at 9:15, the suspect came to the front door, opened the front door with a firearm in his hand, and fired multiple shots at the SWAT team that had taken a position in front of this apartment complex. The SWAT officers thankfully were not injured. They were near their tactical vehicle. The tactical vehicle has multiple impacts from firearm projectiles, along with multiple flat tires where it was struck with gunfire from this suspect. One member of the Austin Police Department SWAT team returned fire, striking the suspect and fatally wounding him. The suspect was pronounced deceased here on the scene. This is an active investigation that's taking place behind us. As in all officer-involved shootings, we've got a criminal investigation that's going on, being conducted by both the Department Special Investigations Unit along with the Travis County District Attorney's Office. We also have an internal affairs investigation to determine departmental compliance with policies, and that investigation is being overseen by the Office of Police Oversight as well. This will be a busy and active scene throughout the night. The officer involved in this incident is a 25-year veteran of the Austin Police Department, and as is standard practice in officer-involved shootings, he will be placed on an administrative status while we conduct the beginning of this investigation. All of the information we have at this time is preliminary, and again, there's a very active investigation going on behind us that will take place throughout the early morning and into the day tomorrow. We understand there were many individuals present when this incident took place, although they were at a distance, and some may have been running cell phones and videos. We would ask anyone who may have a video of this incident to please reach out to the Austin Police Department and share that video with us so that that can be included in this investigation. Many of the officers involved had their body-worn cameras on. However, when the suspect came out with that firearm and began firing, those officers all sought a position of cover, and therefore I do not know whether or not their body-worn cameras will have captured any of this incident. The tactical vehicle, we call that a Bearcat, it has a mounted camera system inside of it, and that camera system captured this incident at that moment when the suspect came out and fired on our officers. So we know we have video from that Bearcat that captured this incident. This is the information that we have at this time. The wife of the suspect was transported to a local hospital and is being treated for injuries at this time. Again, this is an ongoing investigation. I'll open it up for a few questions, but this again is most of the information we have at this time.
Do y'all have any prior engagement with the suspect before the call tonight?
That's part of the ongoing investigation. I should say that we do believe that the suspect in this instant is a 74-year-of-age white male.
When he came out and started firing at officers, did he come out of the apartment itself, or was it out of a room inside the apartment?
No, this would be the front door of the apartment that led to the front balcony that opened, and that's where he was when shots were fired. Thank you.
Thank you.